All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Watson on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
But there's no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. Stays on his feet. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson, flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
The Texans send the punter out. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. the Georgia Southern man. It's Matt Breida. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Breida, CD, an undrafted free agent from a season ago, and with McKinnon out, he's really helped fill the running void for the 49ers.
Yeah, remember, they got Jerick McKinnon as a free agent and expect him to be a 3-down back for them. As you mentioned, out for the season with an ACL injury, almost fitting that Matt Breida stepped into the breach for him. They were college teammates at Georgia Southern. Breida leading the league in rushing, tied for the lead.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep for the Texans is Tyler Ervin. Fielded at the 33. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So the Houston Texans get to football again here in just a second, and they're coming off another win. 6 straight wins, although last one was a little intriguing down the stretch. A collective exhale because Brandon McManus had...
What'd you call that? A collective what?
Exhale. Yeah, because McManus had a chance to win it for Denver but missed the field goal at the buzzer.
You did mention 6 straight wins for Houston now. First team since the 1970 New York Giants to run off 6 straight after an 0-3 start. And they continue to open up a bigger lead in the AFC South.
Now they have their open week coming up, followed by a game at Washington, then 3 straight home games, Tennessee, Cleveland, and Indy. So we'll see what they can do if they can keep this train rolling.
And this open week comes at a great time for their quarterback, Deshaun Watson. Gives him a chance to heal up a little bit from some tough injuries.
An excellent pickup at 34 yards. A 1st down carry now for Miller. Spinning away. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
22. Back 22.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Eric Armstead able to drop him for a loss of 4.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
On 3rd down, Watson. And he's going to go down again. Armstead in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Set. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and set up for field goals.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here and lead.
Yeah, that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Watson now on second down. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, the trade deadline obviously is now passed. So you look back at the number of guys that went different places. Which trade caught your eye the most?
Well, there are a few of them, and they all had one thing in common as far as I could tell. They're all made with the idea of that team winning big this year. Ha-Ha Clinton-Dix from Green Bay to Washington. Washington in first place at the time when they make the trade. They're thinking about winning their division and advancing in the playoffs, getting more help in the secondary. How about Golden Tate going from Detroit to Philadelphia? The Eagles trying to defend their Super Bowl championship, adding a receiver for Carson Wentz. Eli Apple from the Giants to New Orleans. They're thinking about not just defending the NFC South, but maybe having to play the L.A. Rams again in the playoffs with another corner. And Amari Cooper going from Oakland to Dallas because Dallas believes if they have a threat out wide, it'll open things up for Ezekiel Elliott and get the Cowboys back on the beam.
Yeah, some decent names, some big trades. By the way, my favorite name in the league, Ha-Ha Clinton-Dix.
No question about it. Orlando's own.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
That's taken on the 25. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Demaryius Thomas, 65 yards. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Well, Charles, we got a second here. Let's do an MVP check-in right now at this point in the season. Is Patrick Mahomes your headliner?
He is for me. Look, 2nd year playing, 1 start as a rookie, and what he's done so far, it's been absolutely spectacular. Magnificent.
And now look at him go. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Pierre Garçon, 75 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Watson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Well, with that incompletion, Charles, I want to revisit our preseason Super Bowl picks.
Must we?
Well, we're getting closer and closer toward the playoffs.
Do we have to revisit
Who
them?
did you have? You had the Falcons.
I had Atlanta.
But you couldn't predict all those injuries the Falcons had.
Couldn't predict all the injuries, and heading into their open week, they had won 2 in a row. And then beat Washington after the open week. So all is not lost, but still enough guys are out that maybe it's not the best prediction. But I did have Pittsburgh, I believe, on the AFC side, and they are really starting to come on.
Sadly, I don't even remember who I had. I think it's going to sound like, oh, yeah, revisionist history. I think I had Rams and Patriots. So I'm going to say, and down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. 3rd and long. It's Watson. And he finds his man Griffin. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there of 22.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. To throw on second is Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Black 99, feel it. Tiger, Tiger, Tiger. 56, the fight, boys, 56. Check, 56.
To throw is Watson. Throwing on 3rd and long. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there at 22. Watson now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Watson. Rolling to his right. On a crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Hey, Blue 80. Blue 80.
On first down, it's Watson. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans are in for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And this one is incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And now it's second down. Well, oftentimes when we get a chance to talk league-wide, we go offensive. We don't get a lot of defensive talk. But let's talk about some young rookies. I know you've told me Darius Leonard of the Colts has really impressed you.
He certainly has. He's impressed the entire league. I mean, at times he approaches 20 tackles a game. Sideline to sideline, end zone to end zone, out of South Carolina State. So you don't think about him, but you should. Derwin James with the Chargers, been as good as advertised at the safety position. Jair Alexander, the corner from Green Bay, missed a couple of games early in the season, but he got the attention of the New England Patriots brass before they played. They were really impressed with him. But Bradley Chubb is doing exactly what we thought he would do, chasing down quarterbacks. And Dante Action Jackson out of LSU with Carolina really knows how to ball hawk and take the ball out of the air and take it the other way.
Well, you were ready for that. That's a good list of defensive rookies right there. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Gone, 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 gone.
They'll drop the throw. Being chased out left. Deep ball for Goodwin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
After the interception, here's Watson. Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Hey, green the line, green the line.
On first down, Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Griffin. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Down, blue 80, blue 80.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Down, black 22, black 22.
Now a first down throw, Watson. That is caught at the 7. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Reset. Hey, green the line, green the line. Check 48 to the mic. Check 48 to the mic.
Again, it's Watson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Check 26. Check, black 22, black 22.
To the air yet again, Watson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Down! Black 22! Black 22!
From the gun, here's Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. Thomas, the intended target. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll throw now on the final play. Deep ball for Goodwin. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll start on the ground with Breida, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
319. 319.
They'll set up to throw. And his throw is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Open, there's Pettis. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Niners on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll set up a throw. Buying time to his left. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They'll look to throw here. And that is going to be incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this Texans defense stands tall. Well, you know, we've got a pretty big sample size now from the NFL season, Charles. I want to ask you, going back to the draft, who was the biggest steal in 2018?
Well, the biggest steal is Philip Lindsay.
Oh, guy that wasn't even drafted.
Wasn't even drafted, but how about what the Denver personnel department did, identifying him ahead of time, potentially not being drafted.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 56 yards. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Hey! Blue 80! Blue 80!
Out of the gun, Watson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Reuben Foster in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon.
Black 99 Philly!
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. Now Watson on 3rd and goal, escaping the pressure right. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the... .25 on the touchback. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
The first throw here for the backup Garoppolo. He'll rifle this one deep right side. The former first-round pick Kareem Jackson there defensively. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Garoppolo now, first down throw. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. And his throw here's incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there defensively to make the play.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. Garoppolo now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Garoppolo. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. He's got it at the 15. Give him 30 yards there.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now a play fake here on first down. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Down. Green, the line. Green, the line. Huh? Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50. Here we go.
And the pitch goes to Miller. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
Richmond. Watch the pass. Hey, alert 3. Shit. Tiger. Check 99.
After the penalty, it's Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So 2 disastrous running plays, and now they face a 3rd and very long.
Green.
Now Watson operating from the gun. Throw left side, complete to QT. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney able to drop him for a loss of 4.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Down. Green, the line. Green, the line. Richmond.
To throw on second is Watson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Andre Howe, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Facing this fourth-quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Back 22.
They begin with a run by Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Blue 80. He's crashing. He's checking front. Rush in. Richmond. Mike 50. Time to go, night.
Again, it's Miller. And that one blown up quickly. as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Texans on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Black 22! Black 22!
They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10. To throw. And that is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first. They go play action here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
11.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Miller. And some room to work. And a nice spin into some open field. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.
Ayy, I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that.